Hi, welcome to Enchantment of Eternity's Game of Thrones Season 5 Prediction Update number 2. This is an update to my Game of Thrones Season 5 prediction video, which you can find in the link in the description below. Huge spoiler warning for both this video and the original, as I talk very specifically and openly about events that occur in the book series that have yet to occur on the show. So you shouldn't be watching this video unless you have read all the books in the Song of Ice and Fire series. Also, spoiler warning for production and filming rumors of Season 5. So, this is my second video where after I get a bit more information from production rumors and what's being filmed in Season 5, where I ponder how these rumors affect the predictions I made in my original predictions video. First of all, I want to talk about the big hubbub that went on since I made my last predictions update involving rumors that Bran wouldn't appear in Season 5. These rumors were based off of a small snippet of an interview with Christian Narn, the actor who plays Hodor, where he said he will not appear in Season 5 and therefore has a break to pursue his DJ career. In the interview, he made a vague reference that we won't appear in Season 5, which people immediately jumped to the conclusion that we included Bran, and that everyone from Bran's storyline would not be in Season 5. So many mainstream news sites reported the story as Bran won't appear in Season 5. In fact, I saw many videos and articles that reported the story as simply saying Bran won't be in Season 5, which in fact is not what he said. He said we, which could include Bran, but he didn't specifically say that. However, the fan website The Watchers on the Wall reported the story correctly in saying it could mean Bran won't appear, but not necessarily. And then later on, the website uncovered an interview with Isaac Hempstead Wright, the actor who plays Bran, where he said his next project that he's working on is Season 5 of Game of Thrones. So he has, in fact, confirmed that Bran will be in Season 5. I find it a bit funny that in this case, the fan website was more sensible and waited for official confirmation before jumping to conclusions, whereas the so-called official news websites immediately jumped to conclusions and reported their assumptions as fact. I know we're just talking about entertainment here, but perhaps it's a sign of what mainstream news sites are really like. I suppose these sites never heard the saying, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So, although Bran will appear in Season 5, Hodor won't. I also heard reports that Mirror won't appear in Season 5 either. However, the Three-Eyed Raven and Leaf, the Child of the Forest, reportedly will be in Season 5. So, what does this mean for the predictions I made? Although I made no mention of Hodor or Mirror, I had thought they would appear in Season 5, but with this news that they won't makes me reassess how long I think Bran will appear. Because if they don't appear at all, I think Bran's appearance will be very limited and a few and far between. So I don't think they'll make up story for Bran to stretch out his story as much anymore as I predicted in my previous video. I am now of the mind he will only appear in like 2 or 3 episodes, and each time will involve his training with the Three-Eyed Raven and his weird visions. I am still very hopeful that they will do his storyline with him talking to Theon through the weirwood tree. So moving on to a different location, let's go to Volantis, a location that we have yet to see in the show, but heard mention of. In my prediction video, I predicted that this would be one of the locations we would see in Season 5, and that the bulk of Tyrion's Season 5 storyline would take place there. Well, there appears to have been confirmation that I was correct and that we will indeed be going to Volantis in Season 5, as there are reportedly casting calls referring to casting for Valentin's soldiers and references to a scene that takes place in a brothel in Volantis. So you know what that means, or at least you should if you're watching this video. That's right. In the book, two iconic characters meet for the first time in the story in a brothel in Volantis, although in the books it's near Volantis. However, in the show I think it might be in Volantis. So this very likely means that this will happen in the show. Although it is not, there hasn't been confirmation that we'll see a lot of Volantis as I predicted. Has only this one scene has been talked about. However, I am hopeful that we will. In fact, it's more wishful thinking than anything else. I'd really like to see more of Volantis. Maybe even see some of these slave facial tattoos that Talisa mentioned in Season 2. While we're in Essos, I'll mention that there's also been talk about a scene being filmed in which Daenerys has Daario execute someone in public. If this is the case, it not only confirms Daario's return to Meereen, which was a pretty safe assumption anyway, but it's also interesting in terms of what Daenerys gets up to. I would take it as having something to do with the Sons of Harpy. Going with my prediction that they're going to be more of a focus in Season 5 rather than the threat from Yunkai. However, it is possible this has nothing to do with the Sons of Harpy, and it's just another example of Daenerys losing control of the situation, where perhaps she has to kill a former slave for some reason, and doing so will damage her reputation with the people. It's hard to say because this appears to be based off of nothing that appeared in the book, so it seems to be show created material, but it seems on par with her downward spiral that began in Season 4. So now going to the Wall, I'll mention it's been reported they have cast an actor to play Bowen Marsh, which counters the prediction I made that he would not appear in the show, and his part would be replaced by Alistair Thorne. However, it is possible that Alistair and not Marsh will be the main antagonist to Jon Snow that questions everything he does, and Marsh might just play a smaller part in that. However, if they are including him, I think he and not Alistair will be the one who stabs Jon Snow, like I had said in my prediction. However, I'm still holding on to my prediction that this stabbing will not occur until Season 6. And I'll finish off in Braavos, where there have been some on-set photos indicating that two characters who have not visited Braavos in the books will be visiting Braavos in Season 5, and these two characters are Mace Tyrell and Meryn Trant. They are shown meeting with Tycho Nestoris from the Iron Bank. So in my prediction video, I already heard rumors that Tycho Nestoris was going to be in Season 5, but I predicted that rather than going to the Wall like he did in the books, that he would go to King's Landing to complain about Cersei having stopped making payments to them. But it looks like I was wrong, and he remains in Braavos, and Mace Tyrell is sent to negotiate with him. Perhaps they learned that they gave money to Stannis and they're not happy about it, or perhaps he is sent to try to negotiate the terms of their loan. Either way, I hope they don't change the fact that Cersei idiotically decides not to pay them anymore, as I quite liked how that worked in the books. However, this also proves wrong another prediction I made, that Mace Tyrell would stay in King's Landing. However, I did predict that he would not be sent to Storm's End like he was in the books, and that part seems to be correct, as it appears he's being sent to Braavos instead. I would say probably for the same reason that he was sent to Storm's End in the book, and that is Cersei is just using it as an excuse to get rid of him for a while. So the appearance of Meryn Trant has incited a lot of speculation, because Meryn Trant was one of the people on Arya's kill list, as he is presumably the one who killed her first mentor, Syrio Forel. So with Sir Meryn traveling to the same city as Arya is in, it's been speculated that she will in fact kill him while he's there, which I believe is indeed a very safe bet. However, it's been speculated that he will replace Raff the Sweetling in the Mercy chapter from the Winds of Winter, which has been previewed online. In that chapter, Arya kills Wrath the Sweetling, who is a person on her list, while he is in Braavos being a royal escort for Sir Harys Swift. So the speculation is the same thing will happen with Meryn Trant that happened to Wrath the Sweetling. To which I say yes and no. I believe Arya will kill Meryn Trant while he's escorting a noble from King's Landing. In that regard, it will be similar to what happens to Wrath the Sweetling in the Mercy chapter. However, I think it will happen under different circumstances. It will occur a lot earlier in Arya's storyline, while she's still pretending to be Cat of the Canal. And from before she poses as Mercy, which doesn't take place until after she's graduated to a faceless assassin. I do not believe we will get that far in her storyline in Season 5. Instead, I think Meryn Trant's death will also serve the purpose that Darien's death did in Book 4. In my prediction video, I said how I thought they needed to include Darien in the show because it was important to Arya's storyline. But now I see how they might get around it. They might have her kill Meryn Trant instead of Darien, and that is why the kindly man makes her blind. So I think Darien will be cut out from the show entirely, and they're using Meryn Trant instead. And this is going to be the act, rather than killing a Night's Watch deserter, is what makes Arya's personality reassert itself, and to which she is punished for with blindness. Also, it should be noted the elements of Wrath the Sweetling's murder have already been incorporated into Polliver's murder in Season 4. As in the show, it was Polliver who killed Lummy and made the remark about having to carry him, to which Arya repeats just before killing him. In fact, Arya killing Polliver in Season 4 was kind of a mix between her killing Wrath the Sweetling and her killing of the Tickler from the books. So too has, I think, her killing of Meryn Trant will be a mix of her killing Wrath the Sweetling and her killing of Darien from the books. On another note, Maisie Williams apparently said in an interview that you won't recognize Arya in Season 5, which has got a lot of people speculating, even those who haven't read the books, that Arya will in fact become a faceless assassin in Season 5 and wear another face. Which would go along with my prediction that her Season 5 storyline will end with her putting on another face to kill someone. Although it's just speculation at this point, no one knows for certain. Well, that's it for my Game of Thrones Season 5 prediction video update number 2. I'll probably be back in another month or so with another update video, depending on how much information comes out. So I'll see you next time, and thanks a lot for watching.